Hey there, design class. Mr. Nelson here, and we will be talking about today how to start your bridge project. We've already gone through, you understand all the constraints and what you need to do for the building of the bridge. You've done some research about different forces on bridges. You've done your brainstorming ideas. You've done your final drawing. You have a plan. Now we are going to start building our bridges. So I'm going to flip the camera down and get going on this. But before I do, I want you to notice I have my safety glasses on. So as you're doing this project, I need you to have your safety glasses on too as you're working on this project in your own home or garage or wherever you're doing this project. All right? I'm counting on you. Okay. I'm going to flip the camera down, show you what I have going on here. There we go. That's about good. So I just want to point out, first off, I have my two cinder blocks here on either side. I put them on here just so I have sort of a reference as to how big my bridge needs to be. So I have my two cinder blocks here. I also have my wood still packaged up. I've got my hammer. I've got my tape measure. I've got my nails. I've got my glue here. The only thing I'm missing is a pencil, and I'll go get that in a minute. And I also have my plan. So I'm going to follow this plan as I go through and work on my project. But the first thing I'm going to do is, because these guys are sort of in the way for me right now, but I just wanted to show you that I have them ready. And this is actually going to be one of the assignments that you're going to do for me, is to take a picture of your setup and understand with the tape measure coming across here that these are 24 inches apart. And this you can see with my tape measure, if you can see over there, that it is 24 inches apart. So I'm going to need you to take a picture between, doesn't have to be cinder blocks, it could be two books, it could be two boxes, whatever it is, just something with a tape measure going in between it that is 24 inches apart. You understand the constraint that your bridge has to sit on top of these two items. All right. I'm going to move my two cinder blocks, and then I'll start getting to work because I don't want to be banging into these guys. All right, I got the two cinder blocks out of the way, and then I also found my pencil. So now I'm ready to start thinking about what I'm going to do. So I'm going to move some of these items out of the way. We will be using them, but not right at this moment. So taking a look at my plan, I have these pieces along here. Maybe hard for you to see. You can refer back to the page where I have this in, but these are 12 inches long. This is 12 inches long, and this is 5 inches high. So I'm going to start just by taking 4 pieces and cutting them at 12 inches, and then cut one piece and another at 5 inches, and start cutting these, and then start attaching these. So the 12 inches goes all the way to the edge, the 5 inches comes up there, then there's a 6-inch piece which connects that. So once I get these done, then I can cut my two 6-inch pieces and start making that length and my other lengths over there. So that's how I'm going to start. That's how I would suggest you start too. Taking a look at your plan and just start figuring out, okay, I need this, I can put this, and then later I can add this. I can add this piece coming across. I can add that later on. I can add that on the top. Go piece by piece like so. So I'm going to start with these. And so now that I know I need a 12-inch piece and a 5-inch piece, I'm going to go ahead and move my plan out of the way. I also think I'll be needing my saw today. Think about it. That's the first tool I'm going to need. I'm going to open up the bundle. All right. Now, these pieces that I have along the bottom are some of the most crucial pieces that I have. So I want to take a look at my wood, and some of it's great and some of it's okay. This one doesn't have any knots in it. This is a good one. This one also is clear all the way through. Doesn't have any knots in it. There was one in here that I saw that did have a knot. That one's got a little knot right there. It's not going to really bother us any. But go through and take a look. Oh, okay, it was this one right here. So that piece right there with that knot in there, that's not really desirable, right? No pun intended, but it did come out pretty good. This one would be sort of if I needed a section that size and a section that size and cut around that, that would be fine. But I don't want this to be one of my major pieces because that knot right there, I know I say the wood right there is harder, but because of that knot, it's actually weaker right there. That knot you can crack through pretty easily. So I'm going to take these and this piece and this piece. These are going to be my 12-inch pieces. Now, how do I get a nice straight line on here? First off, I'm just going to measure 12. Make a mark at 12 inches. And how do I get a straight line on there? Pretty simple, because I did cut these on the table saw, so I know that these are nice and straight. I can just put this on top, like so. Just make a line there. That's where I want to make my cut. Right there at the 12-inch mark. I have that 4-inch piece again, which I can save for along the top. So now, just going to come over here onto the side and start my cut. And again, I am going to guarantee you, I'm going to do mine all with the hand saw. Meaning, I do have the band saws, I have the table saws, I have all those other saws around me. But I also know that you don't, or you probably don't. You may have some of those around you. If you do, that's okay. All right. But I am going to vow that I am going to just cut everything out with this little saw, because I know that that's the way it's going to be for a lot of you too. You're going to need to cut this out with a little saw. Okay. I got my first cut. That's my first cut. I'm going to go through, and like I said, I promise I'm going to do them with the handsaw. I'm going to make my other 4 cuts and then also get my 4 5-inch cuts done, and then we'll continue from there. All right. I am back after making my cuts, and I absolutely guarantee all my cuts were done with this saw. Again, I have all the hand saws, the nice hand saws that we have here in the shop, but I did everything with this. I absolutely guarantee you that I did. I didn't do any of this on the table saws or anything else. So just be really clear about that. If you've got to do it, I've got to do it too. I'm not going to make it any easier for me just because I have the tools. But again, if you have some other saws at home and if you want to use those, that's perfectly fine. That's within reason. But okay, let me go through what I did. I marked off for my 12-inch pieces, and you saw how I marked that off, just putting it in there, making a straight line. I did 4 of those, 1, 2, 3, 4. I then cut 5 of the 5-inch pieces. I did 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I made a mistake when I did this, and I'll go over what I did that I made a mistake, because I need 4 of those. I'm going to make this side. The reason I'm doing 4 is because I need one there, the 12-inch, but I'm doing 2 sides. They'll be spaced apart. So that's why I have 4 of these. The same with the 5-inch ones. I have 4 of these where I only have that one and that one right there. Then the other one that I needed that I thought, well, I'll make these to connect these are these 6-inch pieces. Now I sort of messed up, and I took one of my 16-inch pieces and I cut 3 of the 5-inch pieces out of there. That gave me 1, 2, 3, and then I had to cut an inch off. Okay, you following me? Then I got another piece and cut another 5-inch piece out of it. That left me with 11 inches. I can only get one 6-inch piece out of there. If I had cut 2 5-inches, then I would have got my 6. Another 2 5-inches, that would have given me my 6. And that would have only taken 2 pieces. I ended up using 3, and that's extra right there. Now, chances are I'm going to use this at some point, but you want to try to save as much long material as possible. Because I'm going to need longer ones coming across there, another one there. So I made a bit of a mistake. I should have realized that before going ahead. Okay, next step is I want to glue this piece in place. And I'm going to glue that one and nail it in. So I'm going to get these 4 in place first, then go ahead and put the 6-inch pieces across the top and let that dry. But I'll go over how to put these ones. So those are at 90-degree angles. So a little tip, anytime you're going to be gluing anything, or excuse me, nailing anything together, you always want to glue it together also. So I'm going to take one of my 5-inch pieces and I'm going to put this the 12-inch piece right on top and nail it in there. But the thing that's going to really hold it in place is going to be the glue. The nail's going to hold it plus the glue. So I want to get both of them on there at the same time. The other thing that's going to be easy for me is I want to start my nail flat like this before I start pounding it in there, maybe 1 or 2 more. Okay, I'm just poking through there right now. So I started it flat. Now it's going to be easier to put it on top here and nail it in. All right, so now I'm going to put just a bit of glue on here. And then hold this in place. Got nice squeeze out there. There we go. There's my first piece. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and I'll do another one. And then let you guys do your own thing. All right, so again, I'm going to take my nail, I'm going to start it in the top. Just so I get it poking through. Don't be doing this on your dining room table. Get something underneath there. That's why I have this block underneath here. Glue on top there. Doesn't take much. And now, there we go. Basically, the nail is going to hold the glue while it dries. It's acting sort of like a clamp. I've got that piece. I have this piece. I'm going to have my 6-inch piece that goes along there. Hey, we're making some progress already. Let me see what I have distance-wise here. This should be about 30 inches. And 29 3/4. Not bad. Not bad. All right, so that's how you want to get going and starting on your project. I can't wait to see what you guys do.